G'day, it's Jackie here. Welcome to another edition of From the Table. You know, I hear this a lot from people when they come to have a body talk session with me and they have come from experiences in, say, relationships that have not gone well for them. You know, they might have been painful, they may have ended up in yelling, they may have ended up in miscommunication, somebody may have deceived somebody else, there might have been money involved. There's all different, situations, so many of them, that can lead to a connection with somebody going badly, right? And what I often hear people say is, I wish I'd never met them. I wish that I'd never come across that person. I wish I didn't even know who that they were. People will say, why do I keep inviting the same person that does the same thing into my life? Or somebody might say, why do I keep having the same relationship with the same types of people? Okay. I think the moral of today's story and what we want to look at is, first of all, just recognizing that there is no such thing as a bad connection. Every single connection that you have with a person, no matter whether it is in an intimate relationship, a family relationship, a friend relationship, somebody that you meet at the grocery store, every single one of those connections are massive opportunities for learning. So, if you have any type of connection that you still feel a bit prickly about, you still feel as though you wish that you didn't know them, or you wish that you didn't meet them, or you wish that you didn't get into a relationship with them, right? You feel like it went bad or went sour. They are the perfect ones to be able to look back on. Here's the catch though, you need to be able to do that from a very neutral perspective. You're going to use two skills, hindsight and insight. You have the ability to be able to do these. And what they do is they give you the ability to now be able to, from a very neutral perspective, look back on those connections, and from being neutral and being just the observer, you get to look at those connections and go, what did I learn about myself from having these connections? And you'll know that you're doing that from a neutral place when what you hear, what you notice, what you feel is very objective. Where you start having some very objective thoughts come about, such as you learnt that you needed clearer boundaries, or you learnt that you didn't understand your value well enough, or you learnt that that type of person is no longer right for you. So you can start to have all these realizations of clarity, which is fantastic. That's what you want. That's where the learning opportunity is. It won't work for you, however, if when you go to look back on that connection, you are triggered into emotion straight away. And the feeling that comes up is, well, I learned that that person is not good for me ever in my life and I should never be with them ever again. Or it could come up like, and of course I'm just giving lots of examples, I learnt that men don't appreciate me, right? It could look like something like that. The moment you can recognize that you're in a higher state of emotion, you've been triggered, you are not in a neutral place and you are not able to be objective from this position. You will not learn from this place. You're only in a place of blame, and more often than not, you're in a place of being a martyr or a victim. So you stop, take a nice big deep breath. You take a step back out of the situation, and from that place of being neutral, you look again at it as a connection and an opportunity to learn, and you ask yourself, what can I learn about myself from this experience? And you will get your information that way. It's a highly valuable tool to have, a great thing to be able to take yourself through. And it also not only will teach you great lessons that you can learn about yourself, give yourself an enormous amount of insight, but more often than not, it allows you to be able to get to a place where you feel like you can clear the deck now, where it really does feel quite neutral between you and that person that you had the connection with. Or it could be a group of people, right? Exactly the same scenario could play out with a group of people, not just an individual. So use that, put it into play, see how you go, but you want to relinquish yourself from that. You want to free up yourself from the burden of carrying around that much triggered feeling and emotions towards somebody, because it disempowers you and you have a lot of learning potential there to get from it, out of it, right? Okay, I'm going to love you and leave you with that to ponder through. If you can see yourself in this and you indeed take yourself through the experience and you learn things about yourself that you haven't learned before, share it with us, because the more people that can learn to do this, the better it's going to be. We can help and support one another. And if you have any questions at all for me, pop it into the comments. Make sure you tag me if you have the ability to be able to tag me, or even send me an email into the office and I'm happy to help you out that way. Until we meet again, thank you for joining me for this edition of From the Table, and I'll see you sometime really soon. Bye.